The COVID-19 conversation and stances on being vaccinated or not vaccinated has begun to shift as conservative media outlets and Republican leaders, particularly in the South, have seemingly pivoted to pro-vaccine messaging after months of rhetoric downplaying the urgency of the issue. The COVID-19 Delta variant has absolutely ravaged the South and led to record levels of hospitalizations and deaths. This is particularly the case in southern states such as Alabama, which has the country's lowest vaccination rate. In Alabama, less than 40% of residents have been fully vaccinated, and nearly 10,000 new COVID cases have been reported in the last 2 weeks. During the previous 7 days, Alabama had almost experienced a 70% increase in daily COVID cases. And since April, 96% of reported COVID-related deaths have been among the unvaccinated. Alabama Governor Kay Ivey had a very candid take on the unvaccinated portion of the population letting the state down.
It's time to start blaming the unvaccinated folks, not the regular folks. It's the unvaccinated folks that are letting us down. I've done all I know how to do. I can encourage you to do something, but I can't make you take care of yourself.
Governor Ivey's comments represent another pivot in the COVID conversation in which the unvaccinated have gone from the subjects of potential illness to the ones to blame for continuing the pandemic. Joining us to discuss the messaging around COVID and vaccinations is business and political strategist Tara Dowdell and editor-in-chief of the Daily Beast, Molly Jong-Fast. Molly and Tara, thank you so much for being here. I guess I'll start with you, Tara. I mean, it's a fascinating shift that's happening on the right. I have no idea what it is, what it means, where it's coming from. What do you make of all of the people on the right, both in media on the right and also in public office on the right, doing this about face and start, going on and on about people needing to be vaccinated?
Well, first and foremost, the damage has already been done, which is what you were alluding to earlier on. The damage has already been done because the misinformation and the disinformation that has been spread has made its way beyond just their audiences because of Facebook and other social media platforms. But I do think that, look, the hospitalization rates are rising. So they're getting dangerously close to the point where the hospitals cannot take on any more people. They're at capacity. They're moving close to being at the place where we were last year during the height of the pandemic if this continues in the direction in which we're going. And has been pointed out many times, this is a pandemic of the unvaccinated. That's where we are right now. And so it affects their states economically. I think they're concerned about their voters and how that impacts the midterm elections, which are really important to them. And so I think that a lot of the reasons for the pivot are definitely more self-serving reasons, but I cannot emphasize enough that the damage has already been done. And a lot of this misinformation is from the work I've been doing in this space. A lot of this misinformation it's becoming increasingly difficult to bring people around to understanding the significance and importance of being vaccinated.
Molly, what is your take on this Republican flip-flop on the importance of vaccination?
Well, they're clearly seeing something that's getting them to change their minds, right? Because for such a long time, they had been anti-lockdowns and anti-masks and anti-vaxxing. They just wanted this pandemic to go on forever. So something has happened, right? Because we've seen this for the first time, this kind of sea change. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the numbers going up. Maybe so it's occurred to someone that killing your voters is bad for business. I don't know. But I do agree that it is probably too late. There's so much misinformation out there. These people are so set in this kind of brainwash spin cycle. I don't know how you unring this bell, right? These people have been told that the vaccine is experimental and that it's not safe and I say this as someone who was in the Pfizer trial. Like, I promise you it's safe. But I don't know that you can make an about face on this way. And I do think it is too late. It's a really fascinating thing that they're switching it up now, but it's really scary, and I think we should all be worried.
I mean, right. I think both of you are right. And Tara, you said it first here, the damage is already done. But it is significant that the governor of Alabama, in a state that is being ravaged, is coming out and saying something about encouraging people to be vaccinated. And in addition to that, isn't it an interesting shift to go from saying, you know, we have to meet the unvaccinated where they are, we have to listen, we have to be respectful, to saying, no, you are to blame for all of our ills?
Well, I think it's also
Tara?
about distracting from the role that they play, right? So if you now shift the blame to the unvaccinated, then that distracts from the fact that you were a purveyor of misinformation, you were a purveyor of disinformation. And I do want to make one caveat point to the point that I made. There is a way to actually reach people who are unvaccinated. And the most effective way, and I've been doing work with the Newark Equitable Vaccine Initiative, and so I'm in this every single day. And I can tell you, you reach people through their family and friends. And so that is the single biggest persuader of people the folks who said that they would wait and see, the folks who said that they would never do it, and the folks who said that they wanted they would only do it if it was required, right? That universe of people, of those people who then went and got vaccinated, the single biggest contributing factor was family members. So I think that's important for your viewers who are watching to know, don't give up. If you do have family members who don't want to get vaccinated, keep talking to them. Polite persistence will win the day, because that's where we move the needle. But I think ultimately, back to your question, whatever they're doing, it's always grounded in self-serving behavior.
Mm-hmm. Molly, do you think that, you know, part of, at the base of it, this is going to become victim shaming, right? They made a choice, it made them a victim, but you are shaming them for that victimization that they brought onto themselves. Does that also have the potential to backfire?
I mean, everything here has the potential to backfire. And if you look at history, like the 1918 flu pandemic, you see they're on the wrong side of history. There's nothing they can do at this point. I think if you had something like a Tucker Carlson come out tomorrow and say, look, I got vaccinated, my family got vaccinated, we all got vaccinated, Rupert Murdoch got vaccinated in December. Like, if you had someone on Fox News who was continually 24 hours a day saying, look, we were playing this cool, but now we realize it's serious, and you guys, like, I got my vaccine, you need to get yours, I think that would change a lot of hearts and minds. The problem is, I don't think that will happen, because I think that Fox News is also sort of weirdly scared of their audience and think that they might lose them to another conservative news channel. So I think we're in this sort of weird world where nobody is going to protect these people. And it's honestly like a humanitarian tragedy, because we have these vaccines and we can't get people to take them. So people are gonna die for no reason. And it's just heartbreaking.
Tara, I have about a minute left, but I want to just get your take on one last thing. The South is a perfect storm for vaccine hesitancy. It has a large percentage of black people who are hesitant for their own reasons, and it has a large percentage of people who followed Donald Trump, and that group of people have been fed a constant diet of misinformation about the vaccine. How do you message to both these populations who are hesitant for very different reasons in the same space?
Well, I think as it relates to the Black community, our community, I think that part of it is about reminding people in the very beginning, when the pandemic, when the vaccines first became available and the pandemic was still raging to a great extent, there were people coming from wealthy suburbs to go into communities that were predominantly Black across this country to get vaccinated. When does that ever happen? If the vaccine was unsafe, why would wealthy people skip the line bribe people. There were hospital CEOs that were caught taking the vaccine and bringing it to their families. These people would not be doing this if it was not good. And the same for, frankly, poor white people. If wealthy people were basically elbowing people to get them out of the way in January and in February to get these vaccines, do you really think that the richest people in this country would be doing this if it wasn't a good thing? Since
Right.
when does this happen? It only happens when it's something that's positive. That's why they wanted it so bad, and that's why they got it.
Right.
Yeah.
Tara and Molly, thank you so much for giving me a bit of your time tonight and allowing me to interrupt your Friday evenings. Thank you very much for being on the show. We really appreciate it. Coming up, another racist sports nickname lands on the ash heap of history. You're watching Prime on BNC.